Welcome back, and I'd like to introduce Suzanne Frennette. Susan, hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
Not too bad. Yourself?
Very good.
I hear you have an interesting story to tell us, and I think it sounds pretty exciting and very gutsy on where you've gone in your career and what you'd like to do down the road as you get older.
Well, it all started with making a change from a corporate job, and as you know, professional careers have a lot of stress involved and a lot of responsibility. So making a change means a big cut in pay, and it also means that you can relax a little bit more. So now I'm in a semi-retirement position where I've transitioned from that kind of life, where I was on the road and traveling, to being here in London, working at the Lotus Centre, and now promoting and growing my business as a digestive and colon therapist, massage therapist, doing Thai massage, and also having clients who are looking to change their diet and lifestyle as a nutrition counselor.
So your goal after you do this is to, I don't know if you have a boat, but to sail to different parts of the world. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe, have you got a boat?
We purchased a boat right at the end of the summer.
Okay.
We sailed it once.
Okay.
And now it's in dry dock. So we're eagerly awaiting the spring.
Okay. Now, what size of boat? Sail single mast, dual mast?
It's a 35-foot Beneteau, which was built in France, and the French boats are built for ocean travel.
Excellent.
So this is a boat that we can live on. It all teak in the inside. It has 2 cabins with doors so that there is some level of privacy, and it's I don't know that much about boats, in all honesty. I'm on a learning curve.
So this is a challenge. I mean, this is a real challenge for you because you're land-based and you're a landlubber, if I want to say the word. But you have this goal, this ambition, this I want to get away and just see the world and do it on a boat. Right.
Well, you know, I've always loved traveling and have done so since I was a teenager. And I've always gone on airplanes here and airplanes there, and you know, I'd just love to be able to take all my stuff with me.
Okay, that's the next question. You know, you can't take all the stuff you have today on a 35-foot boat. You know, it's a little tight. So what are you going to do with your stuff that's at home?
Well, every single day now I look at something and go, is this a stay or a go thing? So, you know, there is a point in which there's certain things you would not let go of.
Right.
We're now talking about all the stuffed things like couches and things like that we would just sell.
Right.
But things that are hard, like say this table or whatever, that wouldn't spoil in any way in long-term storage would stay.
Well, which is a good idea, because in case you get down to the Bahamas and you say, this is great for 2 weeks, but I don't want to go any further, or you're there 2 months, you can at least come back and you haven't sold off all your possessions. I know some people that were in the motor coach business that they sold everything they had and they never had an address. They just moved from location to location. So it's a big move. It's a big challenge.
Yeah, I don't know if I want that. And I may want that. I'd just like to leave that open, right? But what we would like to do is to be able to take off and not be afraid to cut it short, and also be brave enough to go as far as we would like to.
Okay, so no schedule, just your first point might be Nassau.
Right.
And then you're going to see where you go from there.
Mm-hmm.
A question that I've asked, or people have said to me that were in the selling up and moving out, it wasn't the difficulty of the sailing or the motorhome. It was living in a very small space with somebody 24/7. That's the challenge. How are you going to take that one?
That is a challenge. Well, I made sure that Rick, my partner, was as passionate about doing this as I was. And we took a trip to Tofino, BC, which is right on the Pacific Ocean. And I waited and waited until he came up with, you know, I'd love to be on a sailboat. And I went, me too, because it's something I've always wanted.
Now, has he got sailing experience?
He does. His family lived on Lake St. Clair.
Okay.
And growing up as a boy, his father had an invention which brought the family into financial wealth. And the 3 boys grew up with every boy toy that was imaginable, and the majority of them were water-going crafts of all sorts.
So at least you have the basis of somebody that can, nowadays with electronics, the navigation's a little easier than watching the sunset with a sextant or something. But yeah, that's going to be an experience because you haven't sailed a lot in the past, though.
I've gone sailing, but I have never had a sailboat. Okay. So our intention this summer is to go through the North Channel, up to Tobermory and all up through that northern coast. And from what I've been told by other boaters, that is one of the prized areas all over the world people come to. There's very limited amount of fresh water with open coastline where it's wilderness. So I've heard that that's quite a trip. So that's our intention.
Have you got a date? Like, is it 6 months away, a year away, 5 years away that you're planning to do this? You've already got the boat, so you must be getting closer.
Well, we've got a few things ticked off. I'm in semi-retirement, so I could go at any time, really, except that we're not really ready. But then Rick has to see what retirement looks like for him with his employer and make sure that we're crossing all the T's and dotting all the I's. So we're thinking anywhere from 3 to 5 year timeline.
So it gives you a lot of time to live in a little one-bedroom apartment with just a couch and a chair, so you get used to small spaces. And no, that's great. I admire you. I think it's a gutsy move, and it's great when somebody has an ambition and they put it into practice and make it done. So thank you very much, Suzanne, for coming on our show and showing that there's dreams and people make the dreams happen. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you for your interest.
We'll be right back. Hi, this week's On Location is going to be with Cheryl Curtis of Windermere on the Mount, Living the Dream.